Frederick Winslow. This theory was pioneered by Frederick Winslow, who was well known for this scientific management recruitment. He is also called the father of scientific management. This theory examines the relationship between an employee and the task designed to be performed by the employer. He has identified four principles in improvement increase in the workplace. Henry Gann. He corrected the Gantt charter in planning, scheduling, and controlling the cost of a task or operation. Henry Gann also emphasized the importance of time and cost in planning and controlling works, as will emphasize the need in shipping neutral between management and employees so that more harmonious. Henry Gann also introduced a reward system such as bonus for employees and supervisors who has achieved the standard of output process. Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol, who believes the behavior management and the human includes influence of management, should be more emphasized on the administrative theory, with a view to improving the working at MSI. Fayol gives 14 management principles. Mary Baker Fowler. The theory, pioneered by Mary Baker, called the mother of modern administration. She was one of the pioneers create practice and integrative admin system. Mary Baker Fowler defines management as the act of getting things done, although people. Fowler focused on the essence of the principle of negation. These principles are negated by the physically, social, and psychology reality of the individual. From her, Fowler shaped four basic principles. Max Weber. He believes to be the most successful we correct a operation, government, and organization. Max Weber banking management principles include two basic components, one of which was the creation and insulation into a hierarchy with simple guidelines on administration and membership. According to Max Weber, the banking management approach stresses the needs of organization not achieve or unnecessary feelings and introduce of owners and admiration to work relationally. But it can be shown from public rules. Max Weber defines six solution concepts.
Viewpoint of the approach in today's context.
Frederick Winslow used scientific management, which is based on four core principles that are still relevant in today's organization. They conduct a scientific examination of each job or task to determine the one best way to perform the job. They also monitor worker performance, provide instruction and training as needed, and divide the work between management and labor. Taylor was more concerned with output than worker satisfaction or motivation. Taylor's work pioneered the concept of systematic training and selection, and it encouraged business owners to collaborate with employees to increase productivity and efficiency. Henry Gantt chart is still regarded as an important management tool today, as it provides a graphic schedule for work planning and control, as well as tracking progress toward project stages. He introduced the Gantt chart to visualize project schedule and actual progress. Gantt charts are highly visual by providing a visual overview of milestones and other key dates. Visualizing resource usage during projects enables managers to make a better use of people, places and things. To maximize efficiency, team members can use each other's deadline. I agree with Henry Fayol's theory because it is applicable in today's management. The first principle on which I agree is division of labor. The output can increase because they become more skilled and efficient, plus the economics can grow proportionally both in terms of trade, output and living standards. Next is discipline. One of the most important reasons we need discipline is to develop a positive attitude. If manager does not have self-discipline, the company will bankrupt and the employees will lose their job. Mary Parker Follett principle theory focuses on individuals and the power of autonomy in encouraging employees to work collaboratively. It creates more opportunities for co-workers to collaborate by forming project teams or open plan office. They also encourage a flat hierarchy throughout the organization. Employees shouldn't feel devalued but should feel the leaders are powering with employees. Lastly, create a buddy system. This is a good way to encourage people who don't necessarily work in the same team to spend time and share learnings. Max Weber proposed that there should be a systematic hierarchy in the organization. The hierarchy of authority exists an employee in understanding who he should seek guidance from, as well as where his manager is gaining the career development from. Next, formal rules and regulation. An organization can be defined simply by looking at their employees and the kind of the work culture they are part of. In simple terms, it is a set of rules defined by the organization that needs to be followed by the employees and employers at the workplace.
Related examples. The first one is replacing the rule of thumb. Look at each job or task scientifically to determine the one best way to perform the job. The second one is selecting, training, teaching, and develop the workmen, which is hire the right workers for each job and train them to work at maximum efficiency. The third one is division of work and responsibility, which is monitor worker performance and provide instruction and training when needed. The last one is cooperation between management and workers, which is divide the work between management and labor so that management can plan and train and workers can execute the task efficiently. The next one is Henry Gunn. Henry Gunn was also an associate of Taylor. He is probably best known for two key contributions to classical management theory, the Gantt chart and the task and bonus system. For example, let's apply the Gantt chart principles to a simple project. Imagine that we want to paint a room. The summary element is the finished painted room. The individual terminal tasks might include calculating the square footage of the room, preparing the walls, choosing the paint, purchasing the paint, putting down the drop cloth, taping the windows, applying the paint, and final cleanup. Some of these elements are independent and some elements are dependent upon others. Purchasing the paint is dependent upon knowing the square footage and choosing the paint color. Before painting can start, the walls must be prepared and the paint must be purchased. But purchasing the paint is not dependent upon preparing the walls. This task could be started at the same time. Next, Principles of Management by Henry Fayol. The first one is division of work, authority, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, order, scala chain, centralization, remuneration, interest, equity, stability, initiative, esprit de corps. Next is Mary Parker Follett. The first one is integration. Follett thought that workers of all levels should integrate to reach the organization's goals. The second one is power whiff. Rather than establishing a strict hierarchy and delegating power to certain individuals over others, Follett believed that workers should practice coactive power. Powering with their team is better than powering over them. This way, each member feels just as valued as the next. The third one is group power. Group power should be valued over personal power. Organizations do not exist for one person's benefit, but rather the entire company of workers. If this selfless mindset prevails, then all workers will feel like they are on the same team. The next one is Max Weber, 6 bureaucratic management theory, which are division of labor, impersonal, chain of command, formal selection, consistent and complete rules, and career orientation. Advantages and disadvantages.
For Frederick Winslow, they increase production because it focuses on continuous improvement in business operation. Second, ability to control. Employees become specialists in their field as they perform the same task over and over. Third, piecework pay system is implemented, in which payment is monitored on piecework basis. For the disadvantages, the theory necessitates a large capital investment and is regarded as a costly system. Plus, managers lack creativity because they take control of their employee because they repeat the same task. The advantages of Henry Gantt chart are ability to visualize your project plan over time. Second, recognizing task relationship. Third, providing assistance in resource management. For the disadvantages are potential to become extremely complicated. Second, managed by a small group of people. Third, amount of work is not indicated by the size of the bar. Lastly, it is difficult to see on a single sheet of paper. I agree with Henry Fayol's theory because it is applicable in today's management. The first principle on which I agree is division of labor. The output can increase because they become more skilled and efficient. Plus, the economics can grow proportionally both in terms of trade output and living standards. Next is discipline. One of the most important reasons we need discipline is to develop a positive attitude. If manager does not have self-discipline, the company will bankrupt and the employees will lose their job. Mary Parker Follett principle theory focus on individuals and the power of autonomy in encouraging employees to work collaboratively. It creates more opportunities for co-workers to collaborate by forming project team or open plan office. They also encourage a flat hierarchy throughout the organization. Employees shouldn't feel devalued but should feel the leaders are powering with employees. Lastly, create a buddy system. The advantages for Max Weber theory are work is distributed among employees based on their skill, capabilities and expertise. Second, skill-based recruitment is to ensure that the right person is placed in the right job. Third, systematic organizational structure can be developed through bureaucracy where the rules, regulation, methods and procedures are predefined. For the disadvantages, firstly, communication is the only one way as the bureaucracy emphasizes the transmission of information. Second, lacks in power exploitation. Third, waste of time, effort and money.
Conclusion: all principles and theories have its own benefit. We just need to choose which principle that we want to use or apply in our work. We can also provide 2 or more principles in our work based on our needs. The first thing we need to do is planning our work and choose which one. It doesn't count if you are a leader or just a worker. We must apply principles in our work to make things easier and arrangeable. Those principles created to make things easier.